back playing some more Starsector. Sorry for my absence yesterday. I probably won't be on for too long today. A bit late for me and not feeling too great. But I wanted to play some Starsector, and I felt bad about not streaming yesterday. So let's see. If I remember correctly, I just got back to Lethia after I spent most of my last stream bouncing around, accomplishing nothing. Top tier skills on my part. Very good planning. My fleet is getting to the point where I should probably start stashing some of my stuff in a station where I don't have to constantly pay supply costs for them. Are there any more exploration missions I can fuck up? I mean, do. No, not any right now. Got, I think 100,000-ish. Oh, I think I probably spent most of it on supplies. Actually, yeah, I think I'll head down and look for an abandoned space station. Oh yeah, there's always one in the side nation system. Yggdrasil, or one half of Yggdrasil, the asteroid colony. That's always a good place, in my opinion. Fleet's getting a bit unwieldy for my current level of income. It's low. I haven't established any colonies yet, and I haven't done any really big trade missions or chain together exploration stuff. Fleets, when your fleet gets too big, you tend to spend a lot of money on supplies and fuel to actually do exploration shit, which is not super economical, unfortunately. Oop. Oh. Yeah, Jesus, I'm more. Oh, God. I might have to. I didn't bother checking. Yeah, okay, yeah. That was it. So let me redo that and buy some more fucking fuel, first. Yeah, if I'm running out of fuel that soon, I really need to dump some of these goddamn ships. Embarrassing. Yeah, look at that. 1290 fuel to get to the nearest system. How much do I even have? 15? Well, I can't go there. I have 15. I'll go to no such org. Sure. Yeah. Gonna have to dump a whole bunch of this fuel guzzling fleet. Unfortunately, they're not pirates, so I can't just kill them and steal their shit. Probably. They're scavengers. I think it's a gray area thing where you don't suffer the same penalties, but it still piss people off. Still probably not worth it. Relatively low amount of supplies and fuel I get. Generally speaking, most times if somebody's willing to fight you when you have a big fleet, they think they can win. So that mine a weapons cache, if I'm honest, but I do need to dump off my horrendously... Because you can store... Excuse me, sorry. You can store your ships in basically any colony, but they charge you money. That's why I like to go to abandoned stations where nobody's in there, because abandoned stations don't charge you money. Just nice. I found that to be a solid recommendation for abandoned stations. Doesn't look like I'll be able to make it to Psy Nation, my current fuel and money. Can't buy anything. No, let's just see what they have. See that? I would like all this stuff, but can't really. Let's see. I can't remember what systems have one. Does Myasura has an abandoned Astropolis. I don't think you can actually put anything in that though. Cool. Maybe I should take out maybe I should look for system bounties. Make some money. Oh, they're just offering, they're offering bounties on each other, so that's not... No, I can still kill pirates. No, I can't kill pirates. Neither of them are giving money for pirates. That's unfortunate. Maybe now I can go and take on a pirate base, because before I was having some trouble with it, but now since I have a ridiculously, disgustingly outsized fleet, maybe I can do it now. Well, okay, I say disgustingly outside. That's a gross overstatement. A fleet that is more expensive than I feel like I can afford at the current moment. Maybe I can put it to use. Oh, and there's a system bounty in Nah. Let's see. They at least want to fight pirates. You know what? I'll go do that. And there's a pirate station in system, so they'll probably be crawling with pirates, hopefully. Yeah. Oh, actually, I should check my income. I haven't been looking at it recently. Okay, it's only minus 4,000. I can barely afford that, but if I don't make any money before the end of next month, I'm kind of fucked. Oh shit. Why is it 12,000? Oh, I guess my expenses went up a lot since last turn, so that's not great. Yeah. That's unfortunate. I wonder if I'll get money for blowing up the thing or doing damage to it when it's in the system. I can find out. Don't really have a large enough complement to get much out of a raid. Yeah, it's only 20% effectiveness. I probably lose a lot of marines for very little gain. But you know what? Sure. I'll barge my way into this fight to steal glory. I mean, help. And I really should remember to make those automatic. I think I might, next time I stream, I might, I'll probably, I don't know if I'll still play Starsector, I think I'm gonna give High Fleet a try. I might, you know, depending, I might spend the whole time playing there. I might start playing Starsector and play that after. I've been meaning to start streaming earlier. For various reasons, procrastination, I just haven't put together like that. Another thing I've been meaning, which I kind of want to do next, I'll try to start, I'll try to do something I kind of plan on doing next week. I haven't been planning for a while, but I haven't gotten around to it. Is, so I think, so I actually have some Drop Fleet Commander models I put together. It's a spaceship, space strategy tactic, I guess. Like a Battlefield Gothic, if anybody knows that, kind of like that. In fact, I think one of the guys who developed Battlefield Gothic is actually one of the people behind the rules in Drop Fleet. One of the reasons why I'm interested in it. But I generally find, you know, ships are, in general, I find them to be easier to put together and paint, just because it's more, you know, it's more straightforward, I guess. You don't have to worry about, like, there's not necessarily there's less details per se, but the details are more broad. Like it's, you know, ship shape. It's, you know, armor and plating and things. You can have like a few different colors. You know, you can make them really detailed. There's, you know, a lot of really, you know, well done, you know, very detailed, granular design. But to make something that looks decent, you don't really need anything like that. You can pretty much just, you know, with, you know, picking a few basic colors for plate sections or whatever, and just make those look good and make sure that they go well together. And painting wise, you know, you can, it's, you know, vehicles in general I find are often like that, except unless you're putting together Sisters of Battle miniatures, because that's, oh, I'm showing that like oh, that's why, because I did send that into battle and I completely forgot about it. What? Yeah, send them. Yeah, that rule does not apply at all if you're putting together Sisters of Battle models, even their vehicles, because they're covered in filigree and decorations and banners, and stained glass windows, organ pipes. You know, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, you know, doing that kind of stuff. But it's bring this rambly, unfocused speech to a close, I am probably gonna put together some spaceship miniatures I've got, which I've never got around to putting together, and painting them. On stream, see how it, just to see if it's something that works well with the setup I have. If it doesn't, I'm not necessarily going to give up on doing it entirely, but I might have to wait until I have more, a better setup for it. And salamander missiles. I'm out of torpedoes. Anti-engine missiles are very annoying if you don't have great point defense. Or, oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, so you gotta watch out for that kind of thing. They're always ready to. Frigates are always ready to fucking punish you if you are a moron. Unnecessarily, I should probably just retreat with this shit. I often, one failure of mine in this game, one thing I'm not great at, is I stick around with my capital, my flagship, a lot longer than I probably should. Other ships in my fleet, they take some decent damage, I'll retreat them. But when it's my ship, I'll go down to like a sliver and be like, nah, it's fine, I can handle it. I'm a better pilot than all my AI. It'll be fine. And it doesn't turn out fine. I often die. Let's see, is there somebody? No. All my ships in the system have another captain, and I don't want to supersede any of them, because they're all pretty decent. I would launch something else to take that over, but I, want to wait until I have the command points the deployment points to put something else in. I hope I get some money out of this. I haven't spent a huge amount of supplies. It's like gonna be like 100 or something so far. I've got a couple thousand. Supplies aren't where I'm hurting. Honestly, I probably should have bought like half as many supplies as I did and gotten more fuel, because that's where I'm really falling down. But and maybe not spend as much because I have a lot of expenses right now, but it is what it is. But yeah, I kind of need the cash. Entirely too aggressive. I could take on the space station. Fuck you. I can't take on the space station. Never mind. Ignore me. It's all important. Shit. Oh, thank God. That would really fucking hurt. Thank God their aim is terrible. Thank blood, I should say. You please stop doing the retreat. Oh, there, yeah. Oh, Christ. Oh, Christ. Yeah. And when I said about retreating, I mean retreat faster. Do more retreating. Retreat harder. I shouldn't be over here on my own. I should be trying to back up my battle cruiser. So it can actually fucking... Theoretically, it can actually pair up a little bit better. Theoretically, very theoretically. Maybe I should it's, you know, it's all the controls are still relative to your so forward goes forward whether you're pointing down or up, even though in my head it feels like the back button should always go down and the forward button should always go up, which is, you know, not terribly confusing. More confusing is the straight out. Wrong side. Anti-shield weapons, particularly anti-shield ballistics, they tend to do, not right down your armor, but they do pretty solid damage to your hull. So really encourage you to, the idea is, yes, with your shields, you still got some hull, but a bad place to take damage, your hull's kind of exposed, you know, it's a real threat against your shield, count your shield down, because then, you don't have anything, you just go straight to your hull. the estimates of my supply costs upward a bit due to how much fucking shield damage, hull and shield damage I'm taking. I will enunciate everything precisely if I stop saying, oh yeah, this is a good position to lower my shields in. Behind the hulk of my ally. They can't get shot here. Well, okay, so please engage it. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Come on. Why are you still shooting me? Why aren't you shooting them? Shoot them. Shoot my other ships. Oh, fuck. My Simex got disabled. That's something you gotta be careful about, actually. Being too close to a ship, especially a large ship when it explodes, can absolutely fuck you. Yeah, whatever. It took some. I assume it's got some new D mods. I can live with that. It's right. Not a huge amount of supplies, but all right. I got 26,000. Ooh, I got 67% share of the damage apparently. Hey, it went up to a whole 31%. You know what? I'll risk my Marines' lives for 31%. What do I want to raid? Ship equipment. I guess there's no military to get like you can get things like blueprints and LPCs, you know, and things like that from raiding stations and colonies, but usually only from military bases, and those tend to obviously be well defended. You know what? Those are fairly valuable. I'll projected spoil value is 1,800. Whatever. Oh no, the pirates hate me more. Oh shit. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's worth one Marine. You know what I should probably have done? I should probably have damaged. Sure. You know what? I'll do some more glory stealing for money. Oh, never mind. They lost most of their ships between the time it took me to notice them and get involved. Won't get any money out of that. There we go. It's pretty good on repairs. Replaced some of my crew I lost when my ship exploded. You know, it's not big. It's not that big a deal. You know, just lost some of my crew. No, I did that before I saved. Excuse me. Tech mitigation. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's useful. I kind of specialized, but it is pretty useful. Sure. I don't know if he has many, Oh, I was gonna make him a, well, I can always give him more strike commander stuff later. And he is aggressive, so I don't necessarily want to put him in charge of one of my carriers, not unless it's like an assault carrier. Alright. Okay. I will now cruise around the system looking for other pirates to beat up to steal lunch money from. The space station seems pretty well covered. I'll hang around the oop, there we go. That's promising, very promising. Sure. Okay. Make good use. Widows, hopefully. Not piss them away. Remember, there's a mod that increases the diversity of these kinds of strategic or tactical objectives, but I don't know if I can't remember if that's beyond Starsector. No, beyond the sector. That might be Christ, man, fucking hell. That was your fault. You hit me. I did not hit you. You hit me. Yeah, I can't remember which one it is. I don't know if I have installed. Front to the enemy. Front to the enemy. Get hit by those. They're slow, plodding, do a ton of damage if they actually ever hit you. Deceptively dangerous for their size. I'll bring in the not sunder. Sure. Actually, speaking of drop fleet, it's actually funny. One of the factions in drop fleet, the UCM, I already have some stuff of theirs that I put together and painted, and I actually used the oh fuck, god damn it. Where did that blow up? I don't know. Somewhere out there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I used the paint scheme, the color scheme from the Shadow Yards from this game, the mod faction. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, because I like the look. It's fun. I don't know what possessed me to know, it's a great idea for my paint scheme for these ships that I don't want to have to be too complicated. One with stripes. One with diagonal stripes. Man, this thing does not have a ton of. Oh, it's just gonna start going down, but its combat readiness is not. Doesn't seem super high. It's weird. Maybe it's a demon that I'm forgetting. I'm mostly just distracting these three. Not doing terribly well in the actual posing a threat to the category right now. You just get that. Out of range. There's one major complaint I have about the combat, and it's not necessarily that it's, you know, unreasonable or not balanced, it's just something that annoys me in a fight, is that ships can back up about as quickly, it feels, as I can go forward. So a ship that is, you know, I mean, it makes sense when it's a frigate or a destroyer and you're a cruiser, you know, it's fair enough, but it is a bit frustrating when a ship can reverse more quickly than I can advance on them. Because it just lets them perpetually stay out of my range. Unless I, you know, make a jump on them. Oh god. Yeah, that was a bad time for its engines to malfunction. Low CR. Frigates with officers can be very annoying and potentially very dangerous, actually. It's not something I've done as much, just 'cause, you know, I'm a classical pre-World War II style ship commander, ship philosophist. That's a very technical term, philosophist. Big guns all the time. Shoot, kill, kill. Well, that's not entirely true. I like big, I like very large carriers as well as large battleships, but I'm not really a frigate and destroyer fleet kind of guy. You know, I usually focus on major cruiser and capital level ships. There are skills you can get as of the latest update that reward or encourage a more varied, you know, like that encourage wolf pack tactics for the player. You know, have a lot of frigates and stuff like that. And I've tried it. It's, you know, it's all right. Part of the issue is I'm not great at piloting frigates myself. because they're, they're very maneuverable, and it's hard to bull through all your problems and, just abuse your ship's size and superior armor and shields, and you have to rely on actual skill and combat. What the hell is that? You want to go good at fighting? It's not fair. That's entirely unreasonable that they expect me to actually, fly my ship competently if I want to go for that kind of, you should probably start retreating. That's another reason why I thought I told you to retreat. Did I not? I feel like I did. As other frigates also tend to have a lot lower CR, like maximum CR. They tend to lose their, okay, fight's over. I understand, fight's over. They tend to have a lot lower, staying power, as you might imagine, than, other ship types. My beloved, the poor, what's it even? Yeah, you know what? I shouldn't. I can't afford it. I shouldn't. Alright. That's a hefty chunk of change. I'll surely be able to pay off all of my debts now. Let's sell it. Let's see. Yeah, like Wolfpack tactics, for sure. That's it makes up for a lot of those things. There's this one auxiliary support. I like the idea behind it, but unfortunately, its bonuses decrease the more ships of the type you have. So it's like can't really have like a whole fleet of auxiliary, non-military, warships, auxiliary warships that if you have more than a few, it kind of, decreases past the point of usefulness, is what I've, experienced and seen people when talking to people about it, which is unfortunate. I really like the idea of an all civilian type ship fleet, but let's see. This is actually I probably should go for this. ECM is an undervalued, but I tend to undervalue until it's too late the value of it, because ECM is basically, if you have more ECM than your opponent, then their range and I think something else, but their maximum range is decreased by the difference up to a limit, and that's a pretty big deal, because maximum range is actually very important in this game in combat. One reason why the targeting computers and things like that are actually really are so good on so many ships, is because it gives you, it's the basic principle of warfare to hit your enemy when they can't hit you. Shoot and don't get shot. There's a more poetic way to say that I'm not remembering right now, but It's how much? Excuse me. Don't know why I'm so tired right now. Really. Okay, that's weird. Fucking. You probably can't see that, but what's happening is, for some reason, sometimes when I go down to click on one of these things, my bar, which should be beneath the game, even though it's in borderless window, is not. So I end up clicking on it instead of the things that are in the same positions as them, which is annoying. Like, yeah, if you see my cursor changing there, that's because there's the toolbars behind it, and it's being annoying. But okay, let me move past my woes. Oh, ooh, there's 2 bounties going on in the system. That's really good. But let me look at my. How much money am I? Yeah, I'll be. Yeah, that's only 18,000. That's not too bad. I see. I really like this color scheme. I can absolutely understand why I made the decision to go with this for my UCM ships, even though it was kind of a pain in the ass to paint. I should one put my Twitter in the description or the info page down in the in the thing of my videos, but I should probably upload pictures of the things I've already made. That seems like a thing to do. Yeah, I really like this. I'm actually the ships I have some. So I kickstarted the Drop Fleet Commander tabletop game years ago, and I put together the 2 main starter fleets, the 2 main factions that they had most of their stuff done for the starter box, the 2-player starter box, which was one of the Kickstarter rewards if you packed at a certain level, which was the Scourge and the UCM. So I put together like most of them, but I also I did some add-on stuff when it was fully Kickstarted because I wanted to. That included stuff from the other 2 big factions, the Sheltari and the PHR, the Post-Human Republic. UCM is United Colonial Militia, I want to say. United Colonial Militia. Museum. United Colonies of Man. That's okay. That makes more sense. UCM. Yeah. So I put together most of the ships I got from them, but I got some extra ships from those and a few ships from the 2 other factions. And the one I've only put together I put together a couple of the Sheltari ships because I don't really have enough of them to even put together a real skirmish force because you kind of need. They're a bit more involved. They're the complicated faction of the 4. It's actually 5 now because Drop Zone Commander, which is the game that came first, was a tabletop army game. Had the UCM, the Scourge, the PHR, and the Sheltari, but they also had the Resistance, which are resistance fighters on planets that are being occupied by the Scourge, which I'm not going to go too much into the story lore right now, but yeah, so they Drop Fleet. The Resistance is actually in Drop Fleet now too. They weren't in at launch, but so I'm thinking of putting together the PH. I'm gonna be putting together the PHR stuff soonish, probably next week. When some more of it arrives, because I ordered some more because I really like the look of their ships. And I never put together any of them, so that'll be fun and interesting. But fun and interesting for me. I don't want to speak for anybody else. But I was thinking of, because their normal color scheme is like a kind of a marble white, or like a plasticky or a tech white. Like a Apple tech white, because they're the post Human Republic, so they're like super advanced, tech cyborg elite people. So they have an Apple white high tech look to their stuff. But I was thinking of painting them in the colors of the hegemony from Star Sector, which is black, or like coal gray, and orange. Um, but yeah, so that's something to that I'm planning on doing. Let me see. Huh. Having more of these would be nice. Torment. But you know what? I'm just going to rack up money. I'm not gonna spend my money yet until I have somewhere to dump off most of my ships. I'm not gonna buy more, unless something really cool comes up. But I'm mostly gonna go around killing pirates and trying to get money. And I guess scavenging. It's always scavenging. Right? Ooh. No, I probably won't. I don't want to cover that. It's good stuff on it though. I hope some more pirates show up. As a bounty hunter, we're not supposed to be rooting for the pirates that show up in mass, but, I mean, as a bounty hunter, I want more pirates to show up in mass so I can kill them and make money off of their destruction. It's a vicious cycle of... Ooh. Oops. Did not mean to do that. There we go. No, it's just a smuggler. That's not... I can't kill them. Well, I could, but I wouldn't get much out of it. I wouldn't get paid for it, certainly. Technically, no one complains if you... You know what? I'll take that, sure. Technically, no one really... I mean, the independents complain a bit, but most people tend to tend to complain when you kill their smuggler, because, they're smugglers. They're retreating, so I'll have somebody else handle that. Oh, there's another... I completely forgot there's another jump point in the system. I'll go and see if there's any pirates hanging around there. Ooh. And drink some more coffee. Well, I found out today. Today I learned that apparently Coffee Mate makes a cinnamon toast crunch flavored creamer, which is, you know, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily have thought that the target audience for creamers and the target audience for cinnamon toast crunch would overlap. But then again, I suppose the demographic, the target demographic when it first started certainly was, ooh, there we go. The target demographic for cinnamon toast crunch were kids once, you know, or the target demographic for, let me rally my thoughts together here to get this very complicated idea across. It's very sophisticated. That's why I can't get it right. The target market for creamers or coffee, which is drunk mostly by adults, is probably overlaps with the previous target demographic for Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because people who are adults now were once children when Cinnamon Toast Crunch was around. And I happen to know this for a fact because, I mean, don't tell anybody, I too was an child and had Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I was interested to know what it tastes like. So far, it's hard to say because I didn't put a lot in. And holy shit, that's a lot of fucking pirates. Like, jeez. I better get a lot of fucking money out of this. No, I'll put that, and the other thing. But yeah, I didn't put enough in for me to be able to tell if it tasted like Cinnamon Toast Crunch over the base of coffee. So I'll have to do more experimentation and get back to you with my results on whether or not it really does taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You know, I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch a lot. I kind of always liked French Toast Crunch more. I liked French Toast Crunch when it came after it. I just like French toast, to be honest. So in fact, I prefer French toast instead of cinnamon toast. It's probably a good thing because French toast is usually less sugary, at least than the cinnamon toast I used to make as a kid. Because when I was a kid, the method for cinnamon toast was put some butter on something and just slather it in sugar and cinnamon and brown sugar and just gorge on horrific levels of different kinds of sugar. Whereas, you know, French toast was just put egg in it, cook it, put some cinnamon on it. Cinnamon. That's what I never say. Cinnamon into it. Yes, I must admit, I am a big fan of French toast. In my sugary breakfast tier list, I have to say French toast comes top, then waffles, then pancakes. I like waffles better than pancakes, generally. Controversial opinion in some quarters, but I generally prefer waffles to pancakes. Not saying I don't like pancakes. Pancakes are great, but they're more of a sometimes breakfast food. I can eat waffles, most days, as long as I'm conservative with the syrup. My palate has evolved since I was a child. I'm much more sophisticated. I only put on half as much syrup now. That's how you know I'm a mature adult. Oh, I have enough to get a battle cruiser in here. Yes, please. But yeah, so pancakes are a sometimes food. Waffles are a more times food. Special mention to Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts are great. But they're also sometimes food simply because, I mean, you know, Pop-Tarts are... I mean, it's hard to... I haven't eaten Pop-Tarts really as much since I became an adult, because I used to eat them all the time as a kid. Because, you know, they're Pop-Tarts. They taste okay. The appeal is mostly in how much sugar is less of an appeal now than honestly, one of my favorite foods for breakfast is buttered toast. I love buttered toast. Buttered toast is great. Buttered toast, peanut butter toast. I love peanut butter. Peanut butter is probably one of my absolute favorite foods of any kind. I love it in everything. I like buttered toast. I like bran cereal. I like cereal. Yeah, Raisin Bran is okay, I guess. I'm not really a big fan of raisins in general. When I eat my bran cereal, I prefer it to be plain bran. No raisins. Just bran, TM. Very exciting. This is the grim future they fight against in Codename Kids Next Door. I represent everything that they despise in that shit. I'm still one of the foods. I just like bran cereal, you know? What's wrong with that? But, yeah, sugary foods, those French toast, waffles, pancakes, cinnamon toast. And I mean, you know, I don't even think sugary cereal really, you know, it doesn't make the list not because it's not great. It's great. Let's be honest here. But just because it's kind of in a category all its own. And as we all know, cereals are part of a balanced breakfast. So you have to balance out the hideously disgusting levels of sugar, disgusting in the best way, of sugar things like, you know, Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, with completely balanced amounts of sugar in pancakes and waffles and all the fun things. God damn, that sugar bomb is fucking worth a lot. Like hell. Hell, man. I should pay more attention, but I'm going to blame you for my failures. It's your fault. How could you let this happen? Actually, I should probably check to make sure that nobody else is running disgustingly low on, yard. You know what? Yeah, you retreat, please. Please get out of here. Come dead. I'm going to say, retreat directly. Turn your shield in info. Present your rear armor to the fucking moron. You got more armor there. 1 second. Yes. Thanks. Well, whatever. Speaking of changing tastes, I used to hate bananas. When I was a kid, bananas disgusted me. They're gross. I hated how mushy they were. I didn't like how they tasted. And, you know, that's what some things, you know, grumble, grumble, complain, complain. Take no responsibility. Not my fault. It's your fault. okay. Not my favorite though. They're kind of, I don't know, they have kind of like a gritty texture that I no longer appreciate so much as an adult, which is weird. You know, one interesting thing, interesting being extremely relative in this context. Interesting, you can put a lot of quotes around that. Quote, 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 interesting, unquote, unquote, unquote. There is a place, I mean, it still exists. There's a place in town where I live, and it's a pizza, ice cream, you know, quote unquote Italian kind of place. You know, one of those local places. And there's cereal. Their ice cream they made was it was, I don't know if it was just something wrong with their ice cream maker or whatever, but it had like little ice particles in it. Little particles of ice in it. It was kind of gritty. You know, like gritty ice cream. A lot of people I know didn't, you know, really favor it. But I really liked it. I thought it was an interesting texture for ice cream. I haven't had ice cream there in a really long time. I couldn't tell you if it's still like that. But I really liked that texture on it. And not coincidentally, lacking in coincidence, I really like let me just retreat here. I really like Dippin' Dots. Like a whole lot. Sure. And this one and that. This one and the other one and the other guy and that thing over there. Now I love Dippin' Dots when I first got them. The first time I had them was like a water park or something. I never had Dippin' Dots until then. And frankly, they're great. They're amazing. Like, the actual quality of the ice cream itself, admittedly, is kind of middling. It has this, I don't want to say plasticky, but it has a bit of a, I mean, saying artificial flavor is of course it has an artificial flavor. Literally everything with sugar in it probably has an artificial flavor to some degree in this, you know, given how food is made. But it just, you know, it's a middle of the road flavor ice cream wise. But that texture, man, it's something special. I love the hell out of it. And, I mean, it tastes okay. It tastes pretty good. Not amazing. But, generally speaking, in general, it's a, Right. Surface area is very important for how things taste. It's actually it's a big aspect to how good, you know, things can taste. And obviously, you know, it makes sense. The more of something that touches your tongue, the more of it you will taste. So like, it's why things like grated cheese, shredded cheese, tastes, you know, not necessarily better, but it usually has a stronger flavor to it than non-grated versions of those foods. You know, like a block of Parmesan cheese tastes not, you know, it's not quite as strong as grated Parmesan. And the reason for that is, you know, as I said, grated Parmesan, much smaller particles, you know, more surface area per bit, I guess you could say. You know, more of it's actually getting your tongue. Whoops. So you're actually getting more of, there you go. You're actually getting more of it on your tongue. So it tastes stronger because you're actually tasting it more. And the same principle applies with Dippin' Dots, because instead of it just being a solid chunk of ice cream, it's a bunch of little spears of ice cream. So it doesn't, you know, the taste, while not as good as some other brands, because, you know, you're tasting more of it than you taste some other ice cream. So yeah, so I was actually they used to have a Dippin' Dots stand in one of the malls nearby, near where I live, and it let's just say, you know, I didn't really go there very often. I mostly went there for there's a Barnes and Noble there. I used to go all the time when I was younger. Kids used to go there. And there was a GameStop and an ED Games when those were, you know, and I think they merged at some point. So like an ED Games, GameStop. There was like another one too. I can't remember the third one. There was another one. Third company. Big games. So you know, I go there for that stuff. And they also had a Dippin' Dots stand at some point. They didn't always have it. They had it later on. Or at least I didn't know about it. I'd already had it in the water park, I didn't know. You know, when I go, I'd have some Dippin' Dots. You know, it was a treat. It was a reason to fucking go to the mall. You know. Come on, don't die, Badger. Don't die. You know. There's a reason I can go to the mall. You know, because I fucking hate the mall. Oh, there's no reason to go to the mall because it had a movie theater. There were like 3 malls nearby, like 2 of which are closed now. I can't even remember which one is which. I'll be blunt. When I was a kid, those things blended together. Like there were like 3 malls. There was like a mall with there was a mall with the movie theater. I think that was the one that had the GameStop or whatever. And then there was another mall that it was near the Tinsel Town or whatever the hell, farther away. And then there was like a third mall that we went to very occasionally that was like a kind of a shitty, smaller mall. And I honestly couldn't tell the difference between them. Like, I know that they were separate places, but which stores and what things were in any given mall is basically a fucking mystery to me. They might as well have been the same mall as far as my memory is concerned. But yeah. Oh, and also at the mall with the mall that had the Barnes and Noble also had a Friendlies. And a Friendlies right next door in the store, in the mall. And it wasn't one of those restaurants that had like an exit. So like there was like a TGI Fridays or whatever the hell they're calling themselves. Thank God, maybe are they calling themselves just Thank God It's Fridays now? Or are they going with the full title? I honestly don't know. But whatever it was, they have like an outside entrance to their, the restaurant at the mall. So you can either, go inside the mall, or you can go inside on the outside of it. But the Friendlies was only on the inside. Which, not too important, but you had to go to Barnes & Noble because it was right next to the Barnes & Noble. You had to go to Barnes & Noble. And I love to read. I'm a nerd. I'll admit it. I used to read, my taste in books isn't great. I'm not going to tell you I fucking read Ulysses and Moby Dick. I read 440k books mostly. I read sci-fi and fantasy. 90% of my library, 90% of everything I've ever read is sci-fi and fantasy. That's my shtick. I like lit RPGs, man. It's one of my favorite genres. And I will admit, I'll be fair, most aren't. I say most aren't great. I'm not sure that's fair. It's way easier for people to get things self-published, which is good. That's an unalloyed good in my opinion. It's way easier for people to get themselves out on the book market, to get their books and stories out there. And it's even a lot easier to get their books into, audio form. And so it's not necessarily that the quality of lit RPG books is lower than the quality of. I should not pause. It's not necessarily the quality of lit RPG is lower than the quality of, you know, regular fantasy or sci-fi or whatever. It's just that it became popular in a day and age, in a time, an era of history when it's piss easy to get your book out there for people to read. You know, for better or for worse. You know, for reasons, for various reasons. You know, before you had to go through publishing. You know, even for magazines not published by Alec, alright. Thank God they're dead, so I can get a company ship here. Yeah, you can shoot your allies in this. You can't shoot your own ships. Your bullets go through your own ships of your own fleet, but they don't go through allies. So, and if you shoot them too much, they don't fucking like it. You might be shocked to know that they don't like it when you shoot them all the time. They find that annoying. They'll piss them off, and your relationship with them will go down. And they might even start trying to kill you in the battle. So I generally avoid it. Where was I? What part of this tangent was I on? Right, lit RPG. So it's not necessarily that the quality of it is lower than the quality of it. There's not. There's some genuinely good ones out there. You know, from one the gamut, they run the gamuts, you know, thoughtful, you know, exploration of, you know, what it is to be alive, the soul, you know, things that make you think one way or other. And just, you know, not super, you know, in-depth, but well-written, fun prompts. You know, there's always one question. And then there's stuff, you know, there's a lot of them aren't great. And that's, you know, let's be real fair here. Most authors make stuff that's not great. I'm sure there are some authors whose work is always stellar. Though more likely is there's some authors out there who didn't get anything published until their work was really stellar, or just kept fucking publishing shit forever. Like they didn't keep publishing. They just kept rewriting and rewriting and rewriting until the stuff was great, was amazing. Which, you know, some people don't want to spend the, you know, 30 years writing their first book. So, which, you know, I can't blame them for that. But yeah, so the quality ranges, but that's just because of the huge amount of stuff out there. And that's, I think, is a definite positive. That's a good thing in my book. The amount of stuff being produced today in this day and age, as far as lit RPGs go. You know, there's always been schlock. There's a place for schlock. There's a place for fun, turn off your brain, not too complicated stuff. My biggest complaint generally with lit RPG stuff isn't necessarily the quality per se. The quality isn't necessarily bad in any given lit RPG. My issue is like dungeon core books. I like dungeon core books. They're fun. They're interesting. But one thing I noticed is that a lot of dungeon core books are very formulaic. They're very formulaic. They have a number of tropes that, like, at least the ones I read. It could be just, you know, the ones I happen to run across, the ones I haven't. Again, there's a huge number of them. But a lot of the ones I've seen, most of the ones I've seen, have a few main tropes that they all seem to hit. Not necessarily in the exact same order, but, you know, like they go, you know, there's like, this thing happens and that thing happens, and it's so, you know, and again, they're all pretty fun and some of them are really well written, but a lot of the time, like, they're just Oh, I didn't fucking... Whatever, I didn't actually send the ship I'm piloting into battle. Yeah, so they tend to be kind of formulaic. But, let me get back on to my main topic, which I think was friendlies. Yes, friendlies. So there was a friendlies next to the Barnes & Nobles. Now, I always used to I love, you had to go through the Barnes & Noble to get to friendlies. And we used to eat at friendlies all the time. We used to eat at friendlies all the time, just in this general area. So you'd go to Barnes & Noble, you'd read some books, you'd find something you like, you'd buy, well, you wouldn't buy, I wouldn't buy at the time. I'd buy like one book. I'd tell my mom, hey Ma, I'd say, hey Mom, I want to buy, I want these 3 books. I'll pay for this one. Can you pay for these 2? Not, So there was, that. So, you'd go to the Barnes & Noble, and you'd get your books, and you'd read stuff, and you'd go to the comic section, because I read comics all the time. And by comics, I didn't read that many, like, superhero comics, like comic book comics. When I say comics, I mean, like, Calvin and Hobbes, and Garfield, and Dilbert. Those are the kind of comics I read all the time as a kid, and as an adult, if I'm being blunt, if I'm being honest with you, if I'm being very honest with you, my audience, of whoever sees this. But you go through there, and then when you were done, you'd go eat at friendlies, and then you'd go to, GameStop or whatever, see what games they have, and they didn't have anything you wanted, or was so too expensive, or the used copy was like falling apart, and you were like, I don't know if I want to pay for this thing that looks like it's, going to disintegrate as soon as I get outside of the store. I'll admit, I was never a huge trade-ins guy. Though, when we were a kid, it's one of those things you kind of regret, sort of, when you're an adult. I can't say I totally regret it, because, but we when the Xbox came out, when the original Xbox came out, at the time, we had a Nintendo 64, which was the first Nintendo system I ever played. Age-wise, I never played NES or SNES. I wasn't of that, what am I doing? Stop blowing fire. I was not of that, generation of Nintendo fans. Sadly. But so we had a Nintendo 64. And we had Super Smash Bros. For it. Played the fuck out of Super Smash Bros. We didn't own At least I'll get it back. I'm gonna leave this up to my other ships for now, because I'm being distracted and I'm fucking up. I'll treat you all to the sight of AI being clearly more competent than me at this game that I love to play. So yes, the game is playing itself while I'm talking. I hope nobody has a huge problem with that. I have to like games that play themselves. But I actually like that kind of genre. But back to the main thing this entire conversation has been about the entire time, which is, if I recall correctly, that thing I was just talking about. Oh yeah, traded in our Nintendo 64 and our copy of Super Smash Bros. For an Xbox and Halo Combat Evolved, and we played the shit out of that. And it was great. But as an adult, I vaguely regret it, because the thing is, I haven't, our Xbox is sitting upstairs. I haven't plugged that thing in or played it in like a decade. Maybe I should. Halo's, frankly, pretty damn good game. I like it. It's really good. Played it local multiplayer all the time with my friends who we used to hang out with like every day. practically lived at their house, considering how much we were over there. It's kind of funny because we knew them for a really long time. You know, I just knew them since before I was born. Family, friends. You know, but we used to live, you know, not super far away, but you know, a few miles. You know, it was like a 5-10 minute drive, not a huge deal, but you know, a bit. You had to ask your mom and dad to drive you, basically. You couldn't just go over there. But then later on, I lived like we moved to a house, or I lived in a house that was like a mile away, and then you could walk there. And you know, obviously, I'm pretty sure that they lived there was one aspect. It might have been. I actually don't know. I'd have to ask my parents. You know, but you know, they lived like a mile away then. Like, that was pretty cool. So we used to go there all the time. But to get back on topic, to get to the main topic of whatever the fuck I was talking about, we traded in our Nintendo 64 for an Xbox, and I kind of regret it now because I feel like I'd play the Nintendo 64 more than I would play the Xbox. I don't know why. It's just more of a classic to me. In my child brain, the child part of my brain, the Xbox is still this newfangled thing where I'll be honest, I don't regret really turning it in, but at the time I was actually fairly conflicted. I loved the shit out of that Nintendo 64, and although we traded in order to get the money to pay for the Xbox, we didn't get a huge amount for it. I'm gonna let them get away. I don't care. Yes, please recover these ships I stupidly lost. And this ship I stupidly lost. Alright. So I have 110,000 now. Let's see how much money I have after that I accrued from this fight with these pirates. A lot. We got a lot of fucking money. Oh yeah, there's more pirates. Well, it's more money, right? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. All fighters. Plus 30% of fighters and missiles. Yeah, yes. Okay. Yeah. One game on the Nintendo 64, I love the absolute shit out of it. And I don't even know if this is a really well-known, popular game, but there was I mean, it feels like it would be well-known. It's not exactly an obscure franchise or obscure, you know, game series, but Bomberman 64. I love Bomberman 64. In fact, I think one of the things I loved so much about it, like it was a fun game, 3D Bomberman. I think it did it fairly well. It was good. Local multiplayer is fun, but in the story mode, so there was obviously, you know, the main the player one played as Bomberman, but the second player didn't play as like Mrs. Bomberman or whatever. I don't even know if they're, you know, Bomberman Jr. I honestly can't remember who the other main characters of Bomberman are, but you didn't play as another Bomberman. You played as like this weird little alien creature that followed Bomberman around, and like you could collect things and stuff, and it was really interesting because it wasn't like just straight up another Bomberman character. It wasn't like straight up like you just, you know, like a lot of co-op 2-player games, especially from that era, where just the second player is just a more of the first player. It was like a support role. Like you'd pick things up, you'd go around, and the interesting thing to me was, so there'd be food around various levels that you'd collect. You'd collect this food, and depending on the kind of food you got and how much food you got, the little guy could change and evolve, like go into this little egg and like come out as a slightly different weird little alien that had different abilities. Like you could get like a melee attack, like a big hammer, or you could get like you could heal Bomberman or whatever. You could give him a shield or something. And it was always really interesting to me. When we played that game as kids, I I honestly vastly preferred playing as the weird little alien to playing as Bomberman. I like being that thing and gathering food and seeing what kind of weird combinations of food could turn you into like different things. There were only like six. Like there weren't a huge amount. Like it wasn't like a again, talking over on his screen. It wasn't like a massive amount of different things you could turn into, but it was really fun going through and seeing what you could get and what you could turn into and what the limits were. We did have, I believe, I don't know if we owned it, but I know we rented the shit out of it at least. We played it a lot. Was Jet Force Gemini. Jet Force Gemini. I want them to make another Jet Force Gemini game. That game was so good. I loved that game a lot. Did I already save? I think I just saved. Well, let me save it again. That game was great. I love the Jet Force Gemini series. I love the design of the twins. I love the aliens they fight, the big ant aliens that are great and fun and cool. The zombie aliens on that one zombie swamp planet, like the fact that you like blew their heads off is like it was the bee's knees. To use a phrase of my generation that people of my generation say all the time. It was the bee's knees. It was the real donkey's uncle. Is that an animal old timey phrase? The donkey's uncle. Yeah. So, I think what I was first talking about, the most important aspect of this conversation was Dippin' Dots are actually pretty good. And I wish they hadn't taken them out of that mall I used to go to. Though, admittedly, at this point, even without the recent pandemic, there's almost no chance I'd go to that mall. Like, why the hell would I? Go to GameStop? I mean, even if Steam didn't exist, it's GameStop. I have better things to do with my life than go to GameStop now, at this point. Now, as an adult, with all the other options available to me, I have better things to do than to go to GameStop. Not to say, if you go to GameStop, that's great. I don't mean to denigrate anybody else's desire to go and visit GameStop, pick up physical games. That's great. But for me personally, based on my own GameStop experience, which was that they never had what I fucking wanted. They never had the shit I wanted. It was always too expensive. Things came in late. They pushed you for pre-orders of shit that you didn't care for. You had to ask over and over again if they fucking had something, if you did bother to pre-order it. That shit. I'm just as happy to live my life never, not ever, going to GameStop ever again. But I'm going to I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I have to go grab some food. So leave you with the pleasant music, background music of Starsector. I go grab some pizza. Sorry for the delay. I have returned with pizza. So, I don't know if that's gonna go away. So, one aspect of this game is amazing and I love it, and it's amazing in every way. But if you have like 1,000 mods on, because of the way the game processes data, sometimes if you're in a really large battle that lasts a long time, it can slow down the game in the map afterward. I'm not sure. I don't know if it lasts honestly. When I'm playing, on my own, I usually just save and quit and restart it. I'll see if it stays shitty. Not shitty. I'll see if it stays jerky, and if it does, I'll restart it. But I don't think it'll carry over to the battles. At least I hope not. Everything else seems pretty snappy. Let's see. This ship. I'm going to transfer command this ship, but I'm also going to put it on autopilot while I eat. Saz. I know everybody's looking forward to more of my brilliant gameplay, but you'll have to make do with the AI's brilliant gameplay in my place for a short while at least. That. Alright. Yes, I'm sorry for the drifting madly to the left. Right. Worried my computer might be getting hot. That sounds doing alright. I'm gonna be a bit quiet while I eat my pizza. I'm sorry. My mother always taught me it was rude to eat my mouth full, and I really pretend I was. ship. One of one. DIs. Probably deploy more ships. See, the thing is, not a. I don't know other ships are really in good position for it. I guess this is the best one out of them. I guess I'll deploy my combat, quote unquote, transport. I feel like my AI here can probably handle itself. Not the most interesting fight going on here. Let's watch what the hell this thing is doing. Oh, so he didn't lose my BIC ship. It's some other crap. That's fine then. This Ascendant class. Its CR is really pissed. CR better than the other fleet, but because of the difference in numbers, it doesn't really feel like it. I really want it. Yeah, that's it. Great. I did lose it after all. Oh, shit! That's what I lost. I lost one of my fucking battle cruisers. Are you kidding me? What a moron. I'm not even sure I'll be able to win this at this point. But I guess I'm not commanding the battle right later. I might have to do this because I think I'm doing this. I know I said I had to drop some of my more expensive ships to my fleet, but I didn't really mean like let them be destroyed horribly. I mean, Yeah, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna redo this fight. I, quote unquote, am going to redo this fight that I was very involved in. Yeah, it's I don't think it's gonna go away. You know, that's the thing. I kind of expected there to be more fucking, dick tot shit in that fight. That there wasn't. And I don't know why there wasn't. And I'm annoyed by it. I'll stay. I'll keep Manamite. Now look at this. They didn't even fucking send a cruiser in. You guys suck. It's barely worth the inordinate amount of money I'm going to get from this fight to stick my neck out for you guys. I'm really hoping that if there's enough deployment points, they'll actually send for their fucking own capture ships. Ones that aren't happening enough. Where are your goddamn... You know what? Fuck this. Well, for one thing, I have to restart the game. To basically reload all the fucking textures and everything. Pretty much entirely because I have like a million mods. Yeah, I might have to just avoid that fight entirely, until I'm more repaired at least. It's sweet money, I know it's great money, but hmm. uh, come on, finish loading. Oh, here's something for me to talk about over this blank, nearly blank screen as we wait for it to load back in. I remembered. I know everybody was on the, everybody listening, which is a ton of people, I'm sure, were on the edge of their seats, waiting for me to explain why I went on the tangent about friendlies specifically. I know it's very important to a lot of people. Everybody wants to know why. The reason was that I wanted to complain. I know, shocker. Because, so Friendly's was like a sit-down diner place that I used to really like. Really fun. Very enjoyable. I say fun. It was, wasn't, it was good. The food was good. So they were like a fairly typical diner fare, burgers. I mean, they were one of those chain diners that had like a little bit of everything. Burgers, chicken. Standard diner fare, but good. Franchise, but quality franchise. Oh, you know what? I should probably check, but maybe the rest of the guy's fleet is fucking... I'm just gonna wait. See if they send any more ships, because I have a sneaking suspicion deep in my gut that the reason they're not sending out their other ships is because they're, this is a trade fleet, and their other ships are probably mothballed and not usable in combat. They probably don't have any guns on them, which would, very much mean I'm alone, all alone out here. After these other assholes are gonna die. Yeah. So Friendly's was a chain restaurant, and I enjoyed going to it very much. They had good diner food, but their real claim to fame, so to speak, was their ice cream. The real reason people tended to go to Friendly's was the ice cream. And so, like, the food was good, but their ice cream was really good. And they had a lot of, for kids, and I guess for some adults, like, fun, creative, like, kinds of ice cream. I mean, all the kind of stuff kids like. They were really well known for ice cream. Kind of a lot of them, honestly, for a while. But, they eventually so like fairly recently, like in the last like 5 years or so, they started shutting down a whole bunch of their locations for financial reasons. You know, I'm not privy to, but I will blame on management regardless. But yeah, so they ended up shutting a bunch of their locations down, and so they shut down a bunch of them all over the country. Not all, so they're fairly somewhat regional, like, but they shut down a bunch of their stores, but they shut down all of them, like anywhere near to me. Like it's like 100 miles to the closest one. Okay, yeah, so they can send in their fucking destroyer cruisers. You lazy shits. Right, I'll send in my battle cruiser. You know, I'll support my battle cruiser. You guys send him in here. Shitty. Use as a shield. But, yeah, so you can't go there anymore. You know, really, one of my favorite diners, really, honestly. I don't go there all the time. Anyway. And, you know, you can't anymore. I'm sad about that. But, fortunately, their ice cream is still available in stores. Like, frozen. Buy the ice cream. When I say you can buy, right? You can buy, like, the flavors they had, and even, like, a couple of their sundaes, you know, their basic ones. But all of their, you know, special stuff, like banana splits and things like that, you can't get those anymore. They've gone the way of the dodo in our area. They've gone the way of the regional dodo. I'd have to drive down to like another state in order to go to a diner and get food again. And that's, you know, I like it. I don't like it drive more than 100 miles. God, your fucking thing's almost dead, huh? Their light long-range cruiser didn't fare super well. I guess I'll see if they'll send out another one. I will appreciate it. Send out another second lamp. I mean, reinforcements. Looks like they're not gonna send out any more ships. They're gonna, you know. I'll have to actually do I don't really know, like, what trigger, I suppose, when to use their ship, how long. Get out of my Alright, well, let me retreat with this thing. Now it's my own confidence. but I'm not sure that it would do enough to justify it. I could do more ships right now. It's a quantity. I guess I'm counting on being able to blow up one of their ships and use the extra difference from their ship going up to be able to pull in another one of my ships. Not rely on that. Could be trying to rely on that. Strategy. I'm going to do it anyway. Generally makes your replacement rate less, punishes it less. More likely to go up. Retreat now. I don't even know. I guess I will send it in. I can't really rely on my TikTok. It's just a combat readiness. His hull integrity is fine. So it's probably still a really fucking bad idea. Yes, I know. I probably won't be able to pull this fight off. I'll probably... Yeah. Let me reconsider this whole ill-advised, fight that I'm not going to be able to win. Maybe I should, Oh, fuck off, Dictot. It doesn't even affect you. I hate when you do that. They don't want to fight you, so they just fucking move you around. Fuck off! Leave already! The fleet's being followed. The fleet's being followed. No, it's not! Oh, you know, I should probably level this guy up. Unless I'm going to be relying on my future fights. That's good. Yes. I should make one of these elite, I feel. Yes. That's a pretty solid one to have as an elite. Range is always good. Range is always useful. Well, let's see if I do better now. Probably not, but you know. Well, at least, you know, actually have a heavy cruiser that they might even have in battle. They will. They don't. stick by my battle cruiser. A pretty decent spread of weaponry, I feel, or recall when I put on it. Anti-shield, anti-armor, shield, point defense, suppression. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I probably should not collect it. I shouldn't do that. That thing that I just did. Hello. Okay, they're doing piss all. Fine. Yeah. Quality over quantity bears out. Torpedoes, I should be probably activating. I want this. I really hope this shows up. I like the pirate. I like pirate guns. Victor Hollow. No, not right now. I mean, yeah, I'm playing independent, but I haven't started any colonies yet, so I don't really have a full-on faction yet. I do plan on starting some colonies at some point. I get the startup money for it. I'm at 300,000 right now. That's actually pretty good, and I have discovered some pretty choice spots with Cryos Sleepers and Hammer of Wolves. So, pretty good for starter. Yeah, basically a lot of plus, if you have a low remnant presence in a system, they kind of fuck up pirates, which is nice. Oh, sure, you know, come raid my supply complex. More of the fucking murder drones everywhere. They're just gonna be flying around, killing everything. really shouldn't have gotten so out of position with the rest of the fleet. Oh god, yeah, that thing's dying. Yeah, less a sunbird. Yeah, it's, you know. Sure. At least with some frigates. Actually, maybe I should, I'll be a frigate for a while. Oh yeah. I will be completely honest. I kind of forget that this thing exists. This check mark, it kind of exists a lot of the time. Let's see, I've got a couple of machine guns and a Vulcan cannon. I could probably put some better shit on this. It's like all point defense. I mean, anti-shield point defense, but still. Get into the fight. Okay, well, I was going to just take a peek at what the other guys are doing. Ah, shit, my precious battle cruiser. Oh yeah, so this thing is just a point defense mode, so I can probably keep it back. I thought these were annihilators, not swarmers. I win! It was totally worth it. Yeah. Compromise armor, increased maintenance, damage weapon mounts. Looks like that Pirate Eagle is on the list, which is unfortunate. It's gone forever. What do I have? Not a lot. Plus, I'm down a lot of crew. Yeah. Let's see. They're not bugging me anymore. Alright, oh shit, no, I probably should not call him because I need him for crew, or cargo. for my Valiant. Oh! Okay. I almost gave myself a heart attack. Oh no, I lost it forever. One of my 2 Casadari battle cruisers. But no, it's still there. I just balled it. Put this. Where did I? Oh wait, this one. Oh, didn't notice how much. Go support the carrier. Very loud. Damn it! I still got hit by it. That took off like half of the goddamn health. More than half. God, I had that. Real shame. Pirates despise me. Real shame. Another 20,000, well, 15,000 per faction. Hey, adventure. Oh, I want the supplies more. Finish. Ooh, only one. Only structural damage on this crappy scrap cruiser. I'll take that. Let's see, what do I have in my thing? I gotta get rid of that fucking food. I don't need that. Alright. Time to sell some of this shit. I should probably save at this point. A lot of money. I could spend this money wisely as an investment into a new talent. Or I could piss it all away getting a new battleship I don't need. Honestly, I should probably go with the colony. I almost like the continent. That would be nice. That. So this. Okay, fine. Boom. Deactivate some of my chips. Nice. Alright. What do I've got for you? Down here. Yellow. Black. Black. Bongo. That's good. Oh, looks alright. Good enough. The sabot, well, no, I can't really afford it. It would have to be this or the core. How much does the sabot have? It's got 12 shots. 12 shots is probably enough. Ragtag fleet of adventurers and ne'er-do-wells. Whatever on it. Doesn't matter. Only need for scansions. Let's see. Where are... Cryo sleeper over there. Cryo sleeper over there. Which system do I want better? Terran. Okay, probably the one with the Terran world. Let's see. This isn't great actually. This one is. Good ores. what's on the gas giant or that barren planet. This one, oh right, this one had the religious landmark. That's quite useful. Everything else is pretty average though. Maybe a good starter county though between these two. Let's see what the other one with the Domainer Cryo Sleeper looks like. Don't know what most of this shit is. I just know there's an arid world and a desert world, and I actually know what's there. I'd have to go there and find out. But it has 2 habitable planets. Technically, the other one also has 2 habitable planets, but one of them is got a military virus. That's shit. Stygia. Got a desert world called Stygia. Yeah, that's cool. I guess I'll have to go this way. I'll take that risk. So let's see. What do I need to make this a reality? I need 1,000 extra crew, basically. And I need the fuel to get there. Flying for it. Plus that one is closer. Crew, for fuel, more supplies. That should be everything I need. It would be nice to have somewhere free to dump some of my ships, because honestly I can't really... My fleet has become unruly. Oh yeah, plus Lethia's on that side. So, I'll have Lethia fairly close by. That's a plus. Exploring Lethia is nice. Easy port to sell shit to. Gonna get resupplies at. Check if there are any exploration missions in the area. No. Well, at least I know that there's a habitable world in the Delta Elysia star system, so that's also, a plus. I'll probably put one of the battle cruisers into storage. They're real supply hogs. I don't have any particular reason to use both of them, since I'm primarily going for exploration-based cash right now, trying to find shit to put on my colonies. I'll probably have to spend a fair bit of my, probably have to wait around for a bit, waiting for my, colony to get the fuel necessary to send me anywhere interesting, but I'll at least be able to explore nearby while I wait. You know, habitable, good ore, solid planet. solid planet. Nothing spectacular, but hyperdrive field mod. Which one is that? Yeah, gas giant's kind of shit. But... Oh, okay. I thought you meant some different one. You mean hyper warp? Not great, but habitable. So far, one pretty good planet. Oh, this one has ruins. Otherwise unremarkable. Still, ruins. Rating, fire socket. Hoover. Better receive armor. Remote armor and hero per nearest mothership. There's 20%. Huh. That's decent. Let me see what the other shit it had was. Nothing great. So far, really, the only thing to suggest this system. There's another word I'm looking for, but I can't remember it. The only good thing about the system is that it has habitable planets and a domain era climate, which is frankly, I mean, you know, that's a fair bit to recommend the system on its own. But everything else is kind of crap. I could go see what kind of. Oh wait, it's just one habitable, one jungle world. I don't really know what that's worth. You know what? I'll just bite the bullet and colonize Stygia. The system's not amazing, but as a starting place, it's okay. Got a little bit of everything. Not a lot of good everything, but enough to get things started. Guess I'll go with Stygia. Egypt is company sounds like a good name. Now mining. Start making money at some point. But I will have to wait. Oh wait, duh, because it doesn't have a thing yet. I can't put in a way station. I can probably afford it. Yeah, I can. But at least I can put my shit in storage now. Finally. Alright, that's all I need. And storage-wise, let's see. Put in, frankly, I'm gonna put in both. I like them. They're good. They're nice, but fucking soak up so much of my goddamn supplies. This one too. Other things I don't need. I really need this Tarsus. This isn't really all that great. What does it even have? Oh yeah, because it has kind of shit interceptors. honestly don't have that much. Bomber drones, piranha bombers, and drone swords. That'll even things out a bit. Oh right, and I have a barrier package I can put on it now. Can't put anything dock because I don't have a dock yet. And the carrier thing is one of those. Yeah, I recorded the dockyard. Well, so for now, I'll just put recovery shuttles on it. Okay. Oh, duh. I never even fucking put a... I should probably put some guns on this thing. There we go. Nothing spectacular, but enough to support. I'm gonna do this too. Keep the piranhas. Actually, you know, I could no, I'll give them a... Let's see. I might end up going with... Yeah, I think I'll go with that combo again, but I want to give it better guns. Suppression. More suppression or anti-armor. I only have this for anti-armor. It's pretty pricey. Range-wise, I'll put that here. I do have this for anti-armor. Yeah, go for it. Okay. Want to put some better shit on this. Make it actually halfway decent combat ship. There we go. There we go. Turns my nasty little piece of work. I like what this has overall. Flux cost on these. Could just replace my those. But they are the only Volkov guns I have on this Volkov ship, and I foolishly like this synergy. I'll leave it at this. Let's see. I want to leave anything else behind. I need the Phaeton. Badger. This has so little. Its CR disappears so quickly. I don't want it in my fleet right now. And I'll store my extra crew in here for. If I find anybody, great, good, very happy with this. Let's go see what Delta Alicia 1 is like. I just said, yeah. I really hope those mines earn my investment money. I'm kind of screwed. Still a pretty high, but reasonable, more reasonable supply drain. See, this planet's nice. This is good. This is really good. This will probably fuck all the other shit in the other system. This will be my second colony for the farming alone. Ooh, forge template. That might come in handy if I find any ruins that have a forge on them. I like having one that's handy. Would you like us to build you a free battleship based on forge templates in your inventory? Yes, I would like you to build me a free battleship based on a forge template in my inventory. Thank you. I seem to recall from some previous misadventures, most of this shit is worthless in terms of exploration. Well, I'll go down this way. Actually, you know what? I'll go, I need to consider my fuel range. Only 578, but I have, no. I can only really visit things that are nearby. Unless I want to severely deplete my current fleet size. I could have paid a sorry and go back. That's not unreasonable. I might call it for the day pretty soon. Getting kind of late for me, and it's been a few hours. I can tell when I start to descend into hmms and uhs and instead of actually anything to fucking talk about. Okay, well now I have to save again because, you know, it's probably pirates. Back. Nobody there. Just at the other jump point. Alright. Well, I guess I'm not going to see how much Stygia makes from the mines until the end of the month. It probably won't be more than like 40,000, which is what my current deficit is every month, but it'll hopefully be something. I need to head back here to my colony soon enough. Oh, right. Yeah, net income 3,000. It's building, mining, I don't know that I'll have the money for it, if I'm bluntly honest. If I buy this, I might be kind of fucked in terms of the rest of my money. I need to know what it's going to cost me next turn, or next month, in terms of income. Yeah, I know. I think you're calculating here. Head back to Stygia, see if there's anything worth. Head back to Stygia. Well, it's not going to have supplies and fuel because it's in a way station, but I at least want to be there when the thing turns over. Worst case scenario, I can always dump everything but like a shuttle and just wait it out, which isn't very exciting to watch, but. Ooh, VIC is colonizing. That's good to see, I guess. More of their stuff around. If it gets to that point, I guess next time I play this, I'll do that before the stream starts because it's tedious. It's literally just sitting around waiting for shit to happen. Yeah. Yeah, no market here to sell shit to, unfortunately. I'm very low on supplies, so what I might do is store most of my fleet. This, my Phaeton, and make sure I get there and back faster. That's enough for all my current cargo. I plop away most of my crew. Now pop on over to Lethia. With a much smaller fleet, I should be good. Yeah, I should be able to make it there. I don't have the fuel for it though. Shit, I need to leave something behind. Bringing. Okay, that and that. Alright, that can make it. Good. So I'll take my tiny little trade convoy of 2 ships. I don't even know if I need the Fate. I really don't. I really don't need the Fate. Yeah, see, I have enough fuel to get there and back. But, you know what? No. I should bring a Fate. Because I can buy fuel and bring it back and store it. That's thinking ahead is what that is. That's me being a very clever clown. It's not actually I don't think being called a clever clown is a compliment. I think it's a side-eye insult, like, you know, clever in a dick way. Maybe wrong. Yeah, after I make it back, that'll probably be gonna be it for me for today. Try to be here tomorrow. No promises because I'm flaky. Sorry about that. But well, I'll try. I'll give it the old college try. Tiny little fleet, hoping nobody notices me. See, it's things like this. It's situations like this where those phase ships would be really handy, like the phase tankers, because you know they would really cut down on my sensor profile. Sell all this data, sell that. Don't want to sell that. We'll sell most of this stuff. Really don't need all this transient time. Alright, there we go. Oh, right. That's a good amount. Really nothing I need here. Ooh, converter buyer. I haven't seen this one before. I guess new. Billing grade, surveying gantry, survey equipment. It's pretty good, but I can't really afford it right now. So what I'm going to do is this finishes up within the month. So I can build that and still afford a month or two. I guess I'll just hope that I can last that. Yes, I will accept your ceasefire offer. And yeah, I'll get back to the system. Okay, yeah, it drastically increases your sensor profile. That's why it's good to turn that off. Makes people much less likely to see you when you're not broadcasting your location literally to everybody around you. Yeah, I'll park my ship in orbit of my new colony and call it a day. Been fun today. So I don't know if I'll be playing this tomorrow. If I do play, I might play a bit of High Fleet just to see what it's like, because I haven't played it at all yet. I'm really interested in how that game plays. I've heard really good things, honestly. But that doesn't necessarily mean I won't play this tomorrow, even if I do play High Fleet. Nice. I finally make more money. I'm making more money than I'm losing, because all of my ships are in storage. Freeport. Well, I'll see about that once the way station's done. I need to do. Oh, I should check to see. No, there are no stable locations to put things in. So, well, that's it for me for today. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for the marvelous adventures of my scrappy fleet. Well, that's that. I'll eventually figure out a less shitty way to end these. Until then, goodbye!